Let's continue with conversion. The song goes, and when she needs to shelter from reality, she takes a dip in my daydream. Here, the noun shelter, that is a place where you can find protection, turns into a verb that means to give protection. For example, if you want to use the word shelter as a noun, you could say, the children found a shelter in the forest. Or, if you want to use it as a verb, you could say, the man wears warm clothes to shelter himself from winter. Another example of conversion is the word sip, when the song goes, takes a sip of your soul and it sounds like. The verb to sip, which means to drink in small quantities, turns into a noun. That is a small amount of drink that you take into your mouth. Taking into account this image, let's say Trump is sipping water in the middle of his speech. Or Trump is taking a sip of water in the middle of his speech. Now let's move on to fork clipping. We can find fork clipping in Arabella's Garden Interstellar Gator Skin Boots. The word gator comes from alligator, so the original word is clipped. That means that the first part of the word is omitted. An alligator or gator is a reptile similar to crocodile, but it's smaller and lives in warm places. The next word is in, and a helter-skelter runs a little finger and a rabbit endlessly. But before analyzing it, we want to talk about a fascinating word that we found in the song. We tried to include it in the analysis, but it was impossible because it has an unknown origin. We're talking about the term helter-skelter. So since we can't explain the origin of the word, we are just going to talk about its meaning. Helter-skelter has many meanings. The first one describes something that is hurried and disorganized, especially when things happen very quickly one after the other. We could say, he now faces another crisis in his helter-skelter existence. The second one means in a disorderly or in a hurried manner. For example, a panicked crowd running helter-skelter to get away from the tear gas. The third one refers to a spiral-shaped slide. It is common in England. Yes, this is a helter-skelter and the song refers to it. Having said that, I'm going to continue explaining the word round. The original word is around, that means on all sides of something. Now, I don't know if you noticed it, but the first sound of the word around is pretty weak, and that's one of the reasons why it's clipped. Okay, it's time for borrowing. The song goes, organic cigarettes that she smokes. The word cigarette belongs to this category because it was borrowed from French cigarette in 1824 and it's the diminutive of cigar. Cigarette is a thin tube of paper filled with tobacco which people smoke. There you go, a cigarette. The last word is cheetah. It appears in That's Magic in a Cheetah Print Code. The word was borrowed from Hindi between 1695 and 1705. A cheetah is a large wild cat that has black spots and can run very fast. Personally, I think it's majestic. Oh, by the way, here are the references. They are pretty important. Well, that was an example of word formation analysis of a song. And thank you for your attention.